Congrats! You've finally got that promotion, pushing your monthly pay past the 20,000 mark. In that single moment, it feels like the crushing weight on your shoulders has vanished into thin air. Looking at this cramped, damp, peeling rental room, you decide you're not staying a single day longer. So, you move into a beautiful, sunlit studio with massive windows, wood floors, and a sleek, modern kitchen. Collapsing onto that plush new sofa, you think to yourself, this is the life I actually deserve. In the kitchen, those cheap instant coffee packets, the ones that got you through countless late-night shifts, are tossed right into the trash. From now on, it's a steaming cup of premium cafe latte, hand-brewed and ready every single morning. Then you see the launch of the latest flagship phone and you think, with 24 interest-free payments, it practically costs nothing. Soon, there's a brand new smartwatch on your wrist and a luxury coat on your back. As you walk down the street, you feel incredibly put together. Fancy weekend dinners and late-night private rides home slowly but surely become your new baseline. But then, the end of the month hits. The automatic bills clear, and you're left staring at a 3-digit bank balance, your smile instantly frozen, and you're left utterly baffled. Why on earth do you feel so anxious and remain so broke when you're making twice your old salary? Well, what you're experiencing is a quiet, wealth-eating trap known in economics as lifestyle inflation. Put simply, as your income climbs the ladder, your spending rushes to match it, sometimes even faster. Most people assume that going from $8,000 to $20,000 means an extra $12,000 in pure savings. But the brutal reality is, consumerism has already designed the perfect upgrade to swallow every single cent of that raise. And your brain is playing the traitor here, silently rebranding your desires as absolute necessities. It whispers, you need those noise-canceling headphones for deep focus. You need organic groceries to stay healthy. This triggers a psychological trap known as the Diderot effect or the matching goods trap. Once you buy a single high-end item, your old things suddenly look terribly cheap, forcing you to buy more expensive upgrades just to match it. Buy a pair of premium running shoes, and suddenly your old gym shirts don't fit the vibe, so you buy the gear, the watch, and a VIP gym membership. Worse yet, a psychological mechanism called hedonic adaptation quickly drains the joy from these new purchases. Sure, the dopamine hit of unboxing something new gives you an instant rush of pure excitement, but that high is incredibly fleeting. Within days, your brain adapts, turning that luxury into your new ordinary baseline. So, to get that same spark of joy, you have to buy something even bigger, even more expensive. You are now stuck on the hedonic treadmill, and you dare not stop. Because once you downgrade, the sudden drop in lifestyle leaves a painful, empty void. It's just like the ancient myth of Sisyphus, tirelessly pushing a massive boulder of consumption up a steep hill. Except every time you earn more, tiny extra costs like subscriptions and premium treats pile onto the boulder, making it heavier and heavier. By the time you hit $20,000 a month, that boulder is a mountain. You're too exhausted to even think about changing jobs or taking a break. And the moment you slow down, or your salary stops coming, that massive ball of fixed expenses rolls back to crush you. In personal finance, this delicate, high-risk lifestyle has a specific name: Henry, high earner, not rich yet. You have the glamorous look, the impressive title, and the enviable salary. But underneath, you have zero safety net. So, why do we keep chasing this loop? Because, like millions of others, you've quietly subscribed to the middle-class bankruptcy package. Its ingredients are beautifully packaged: a home you can barely afford, heavily marked-up rides, and a mountain of social bills. The truth is, you aren't paying for the product itself. You are paying for social currency. You can't just carry a normal thermos anymore. It has to be the brand travel mug that signals environmentalism and style. Subconsciously, you are using these symbols to tell the world, look at me, I'm doing well, I belong. This peer pressure is as invisible as air, driving you to buy things you don't even need, just to fit into a circle you can't afford. And to keep up this fragile image, credit cards and consumer loans become your daily anesthetics. You tell yourself installments spread out the financial burden, but in reality, they are pre-spending your future time and labor. The ultimate trap? The minimum payment button, heavily promoted by banks as a convenient lifesaver. But the moment you use it, the nightmare of compound interest turns against you, compounding your debt at an annual rate of nearly 18%. Eventually, you are completely trapped in a web of tiny monthly payments, with your paycheck automatically drained the day it arrives. To break free, we have to grasp the most fundamental rule of wealth: the difference between an asset and a liability. Liabilities are things that constantly pull money out of your pocket the moment you buy them, like a rapidly depreciating new car. Assets, on the other hand, are things that continuously put money into your pocket, even when you're sleeping or on vacation. The middle class gets stuck because they buy tons of pseudo-assets, things they think are investments but are actually liabilities. Think of luxury bags that rot in your closet, or trendy collectibles that have absolutely zero resale liquidity when you need cash. When a real financial crisis hits, you realize these expensive trinkets can't be sold to pay your rent or buy groceries. Look at the cash flow of the poor. Hard-earned wages flow directly into daily expenses, returning to zero every single month. The middle-class cash flow is slightly different. Rising income flows into liabilities, creating massive monthly bills, still ending up at zero. But the rich, their income flows directly into their asset column. Those assets generate dividends and interest, which then fund their lifestyle. The truth is hard to swallow. Despite your great salary, you've been running on a treadmill of poverty, guided by a middle-class mindset. Every impulsive purchase, every premium upgrade you make, is just helping corporate giants build their own massive wealth empires. You trade your precious time and dignity for wages, only to hand them right back to fuel someone else's dream, leaving your own pocket empty. But here is where you stop. Seeing the commercial machinery behind this system is your very first step out of the trap. Only by letting go of this illusion of material status can you finally reclaim control over your financial destiny. Cut out the expensive dinners you only attend to fit in. Clean up those automatic digital subscriptions you don't even use. Shift your focus entirely. Stop looking at your social status and start looking at your personal balance sheet. Now, let's design a highly efficient, practical rescue plan for your money. First, throw out the old formula you've been using. Income minus expenses equals savings. It's a losing formula because you will always find a necessary excuse to spend whatever is left over. The formula that actually builds wealth is simple. Income minus savings equals expenses. The moment your paycheck hits, immediately lock away at least 30% into your investment or savings account. No excuses, no matter what. Automate it. Don't rely on your willpower to resist a massive flash sale or the next shiny gadget launch. Because if your saved money just sits in a basic checking account, the invisible hand of inflation will quietly eat away its purchasing power. For everyday investors who want a hands-off, highly effective tool, Warren Buffett's ultimate recommendation is the index fund. With an index fund, you aren't gambling on a single stock. You are buying a tiny piece of hundreds of the most successful companies in the country. As long as you believe the economy will grow over the long term, index funds let you safely ride the wave of corporate wealth. Next, let's activate the most powerful force in finance and time's greatest ally, compound interest. Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Its true power isn't in the initial spark, but in the explosive growth over time. Imagine saving the cost of just 1 cup of coffee a day, about 900 yuan a month, and putting it into a steady index fund. 20 years later, the cash saver has only 21,000 in hand. But your index fund has snowballed into a massive 53,000, with more than half of it generated by time itself. DCA and index investing are not about getting rich overnight. They are about making time your most loyal employee, working for you while you sleep. But along with investing, you need to build your primary financial shield, an emergency fund. This fund must hold 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses, locked in a highly liquid money market fund, ready for anything. If your industry takes a hit, your company downsizes, or an unexpected medical bill arrives, this fund is your bulletproof vest. It guarantees you will never be forced to panic sell your long-term investments, or worse, get dragged into predatory high-interest loans. So, delete those consumer loan and installment apps from your phone. Cut ties with the traps of instant gratification. Start tracking your spending diligently. This isn't just about counting pennies, it's about rewriting your daily habits. Once you've built up a solid reserve that can cover your life for a year or two, something magical happens. In personal finance, this safety net has a very famous, very liberating name, the Freedom Fund. It won't buy you a mega mansion overnight, but it gives you the most valuable asset in the workplace: absolute dignity. When your boss tries to feed you empty promises or demands endless, pointless overtime, you don't have to stay silent and swallow your anger. Your mind is at peace because you know with absolute certainty that even if you quit today, you can live comfortably for a whole year. Your sleep improves. Your anxiety melts away. You are no longer a modern-day slave bound to a desk by next month's credit card bill. As you walk past those luxury storefronts that used to tempt you, you look at them and feel absolutely nothing. Because you finally understand, true wealth isn't about owning piles of expensive junk. It's about owning your own time. Wise investors don't waste energy on superficial vanity. They focus on building their personal financial moat. No matter how the economic storm rages or how your industry shifts, this moat will keep you and your family safe and dry. Once you stop paying the vanity tax of consumerism, every dollar you save becomes a building block for your ultimate freedom. Let your money be the tool that conquers your freedom, not the shackles that bind your soul. Let every single dollar work for you. Stop building other people's commercial empires with your hard work. Take action today and start your financial rescue. Remember, you don't start managing money once you're rich. You become rich because you started managing your money. Reclaim control of your life. It all starts with building your very first financial fortress.